Okay, Radis, let's get started. So remember that you're going to tell me the graphemes before you write them, okay?
Okay.
So the first one is ul. Say it first before you write it.
L, comma, final LE.
Okay, do you remember what else goes in the final with final? Goes after a short vowel. After a short vowel makes ul. After a short vowel.
After a short vowel.
Yeah, think of like the word pill. After a short vowel, it says I, and then you have ul.
IL.
Remember your floss rule? Remember?
Double.
There we go. Yeah, don't forget that, okay? Number 2, I. Remember, name them first.
I.
Name them first before you write it.
I, comma,
Tell me first
I, E,
before you write it.
I dash E,
Okay?
comma,
What about final? What makes it?
IE,
Huh?
IE.
Well, IE.
Oh wait, IGH.
Okay, well that would be in the initial medial, but we're not going to use that one right now. What would go in the final column with I? Think of it's a one.
Y.
Yeah, but it has to be how many syllables?
2 or more.
No.
No wait, 3 or more.
No, hold on a second. Stop and think.
No wait,
If it's making the long I sound,
1.
one syllable, okay? And would that be in a function word or a content word?
Function word.
Okay. All right, next one is ah. Name it first.
L, comma, LE.
No, we're doing ah.
O,
Okay, so O, comma,
AU,
okay, comma,
WA,
okay.
AY,
And then
W,
final.
AW.
Yeah, but you gotta say final, AW,
Final.
right? Okay.
O, A, U.
Okay. E. Name it first.
E, comma, E. Oh, it doesn't.
Okay. E, comma, E,
Comma, dash, E.
E dash E.
E
Okay.
dash E.
And then, okay. And then final.
E.
And what else makes that long E sound? 2 more in the final column. There's a bunch of them. Remember? Makes the long E sound in the final at the end of a word.
Y.
Okay. But Y has to be how many syllables?
3 or no, it's 2 or more.
2 or more, right? It has to come at the end.
Mhm.
And what else makes that long E sound at the end? Think of be, me, we.
E.
Yeah. And are those function words or content words?
Function words.
No.
No function words.
Yeah, those are function words. Sorry. Go ahead, quickly. Okay. If the base word ends with the letter E, when would you drop the letter E?
Vowel consonant. No, vowel.
When would you drop the letter E? When would you drop that letter E at the end, that silent E?
At the end.
When would you drop it?
When you're adding
Adding what?
a vowel suffix.
Okay. Letter Y has to come after what in order to change it to I?
A
Has to
content
come.
word? No, wait.
Letter Y has to come after what
A
in order to change it to I? Has to come after a.
diagraph. No, wait.
A consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant, right?
Consonant.
Has to come after a consonant. Okay. What vowels would you find if letter C is at the beginning of a word and it makes the k sound? If letter C, it makes the k sound.
A-O-U.
Okay. How would you describe a super complex word? We kind of came up with that ourselves. What's a super complex word? If it has
a prefix and a suffix.
All right, here you go. Ready? Now, before we write these words, remember what we learned yesterday, our Nibble rule, okay? If it comes after a short vowel, it has one medial consonant sound,
Double it.
so you're going to double it before you add that LE, right? Okay. All right, so I struggle to get my Kindle working in a stable condition. Say struggle.
Struggle.
Okay. Is that a simple or complex word?
Struggle. Simple.
Okay, simple. Okay, go ahead.
Struggle.
Okay. Say Kindle.
Kindle.
Okay, simple or complex?
Simple.
Okay.
Kindle.
Say stable.
Stable.
Okay. Simple or complex?
Stable. No, stable. Stay.
I asked you if it's simple or
Simple.
complex. Okay. Now you do the first syllable.
Stable. Stay. A. A. Bowl. No, wait.
He began to fuddle with the handle on the vault. A vault is like if you go into a bank, it's a big door where all the money's kept.
I know what.
Say fuddle.
Fuddle.
Okay.
Fud.
Simple or complex?
Simple.
Okay.
Fud. Oh. Fud. D.
Say handle.
Handle.
Simple or complex?
Simple.
Okay.
Handle. Hand. And.
Say vault.
Vault.
Okay. Simple or complex?
Simple.
Okay.
Vault. Alt.
Okay.
Alt. All.
Good thinking. Tap it out again.
Ah. Oh.
Good. I like how you were listening to that glued sound all, right? But this one's different. Good thinking. Okay. We had a chuckle and I was giggling at the fumbled ball. Say chuckle.
Simple.
Okay. Simple.
Chuckle. Ch. Ch.
Say giggling.
Giggling.
Simple or complex?
Complex.
Okay. What's your base word?
Giggle.
Okay. Go ahead.
Giggle. Gig. Oh. Gig. G. I. G.
Nothing to see here. That's funny. Good thinking, buddy. All right. Say fumbled.
Fumbled.
Simple or complex?
Complex.
Okay. What's your base word?
Fum.
Fum isn't a word. What is it? What's your meaningful base word of fumbled?
Fumble. Fumble. Fum. Bull. Fumble. Oh.
Nice work, buddy. No corrections. Nice work. All right. He grumbled after he guzzled down the large puddle.
He grumbled after he guzzled
Down the large puddle.
down the large puddle.
He grumbled after he guzzled down the large puddle.
He grumbled after he guzzled down the ground. No,
Down the
large puddle. He grumbled
He grumbled
a
after he guzzled down the large puddle.
after
Come on, keep going. Rereading, keep going.
he grumbled after the guzzle.
After
He guzzled. He z Guzz. Oh. Guzzled. He grumbled after he guzzled down the large
the large puddle.
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 Oh.
Puddle.
Puddle.
She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. So unsaddle means to like get off the horse. The saddle's the part you sit on the horse. So she unsaddled.
She unsaddled the horse
when it became disgruntled, like when it became angry.
When it became disgruntled.
Okay. She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled.
She
unsaddled, right?
Saddle.
She unsaddled the horse.
She unsaddled the horse. Oh.
When it became disgruntled. Keep going.
When it
When it
became
when it became what? Disgruntled.
Disgruntled. Disgruntled.
The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his belly.
The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his stomach.
His
belly.
Mm-hmm. The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his belly.
The boy wanted to snuggle, but marbles tickled his belly.
Mm-hmm.
Tickled. Belly. Belly.
Everything good? Okay, do your cops.
Capitulation. He, she, the order. He grumbled after he guzzled down the large puddle. She unsaddled the horse when it became his disgruntled. The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his belly. Punctuation. Boop, boop, boop.
Which word?
Snuggled.
What do you think's wrong with snuggle?
Snuggled.
It's just snuggle.
Snuggle. Nothing.
Okay. What else?
Marbles.
Okay. What's wrong with marbles?
Marble.
How do you make a B? How do you start a B?
Like an H.
Yeah, right? That's your helper right there, okay?
Mhm.
What else? Anything else?
Marbles?
No? Okay.
Belly.
Okay. Look at the word, look how you spelled the word chuckle up here. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Can you think of any words like chuckle in your sentences?
Tickle.
Okay.
Tickle.
So what do you need to do? Think about how you spell chuckle and think about how you would do tickle. Right. Good thinking of doubling that K, but remember we're going to use CK there. C and the K.
Okay.
Okay?
Right. Anything else?
Anything else? I don't know, you tell me. Look in your first sentence. There was one word you kind of paused at. You were kind of really thinking about it, and you weren't sure. Do you remember? You look at the word large.
Large.
Yeah. When do we use DGE? After a...
Vowel.
After what kind of vowel?
Short.
Short vowel. Is that a short vowel?
No.
No, that's an R-controlled vowel, so we're not going to use DGE there. So...
It's just GE.
There you go.
Anything else?
Anything else? Nope, I think you're good. All right.
I thought it was kind of like belly because...
All right,
that's how
ready?
you spell it then.
All right, you ready? On your mark, get set, go.
He grumbled after he guzzled down the large puddle. She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled. The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his belly.
Okay, good.
0.
Okay, so, all right, let's break this word apart. Ready? Go ahead.
Disgruntled.
Good.
She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled.
One more time.
She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled.
Good. Ready? At the beginning, on your mark. Oops, hold on one second. Get set, go.
He grumbled after he guzzled down the large puddle. She unsaddled the horse when it became disgruntled. The boy wanted to snuggle, but the marbles tickled his belly.
Okay.
Much faster.
Yeah, it sounded nice and smooth, didn't it? Very good. Okay.
At least you didn't get it
The
wrong.
pine cone feast.
The pine
You know what pine cones are?
Yeah, they're like these pokey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pokey things that you get off pine trees, right?
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. I want to see where I can get to 100.
Hold on one second. To get to 100,
Yeah.
all the way down to this word. Okay? All right, so right there. Are we ready?
Smiled. Okay.
Okay, on your mark, get set, go.
Snow had covered the ground for a full month. Some know it seemed color than in years past. October. Oscar hadn't seen many birds at all. He looked out of the window and wondered how now all the birds stayed warm and what they ate during these cold, freezing months.
Keep going.
His grandfather looked up from the book he was reading and asked what Oscar was
What Oscar was
so considered
look at the word.
concerned
See the C followed by the E?
concerned about. Oscar told him he was worried about the birds in the cold. Grandfather told him that many birds flew south for the winter, but that the bird that stayed probably didn't need food.
Okay, now let's go back to the beginning, okay? Sometimes you're saying how, sometimes you're saying now. How do you know?
Now.
Okay. Sometimes you're saying how or now. Which one?
How.
Okay, you gotta look at that first letter, okay? Ready? Snow.
Snow had covered the ground for a full month now. Somehow it seems seemed color.
Can you try that again?
Colder than in years past. Oscar hadn't seen many birds at all. He looked out of the window and wondered how all the birds stay warm what they ate during these cold, freezing months.
Does that look
Frosty.
Right? Yeah, you gotta look carefully all the way through the word, okay?
Frosty months. His grandfather looked up from the book he was reading.
On your mark, get set, go.
Snow had covered the ground for a full month now. Somehow it seems colder than in years past. Oscar hadn't seen many birds at all. He looked out of the window and wondered how all the birds stayed warm and what they eat during these cold, frosty months. His grandfather looked up from the book he was reading and asked what Oscar was concerned about. Oscar told him he was worried about the birds in the cold. Grandfather told him that many birds flew south from the winter, but that the birds had stayed
Had stayed
what
were you gonna say first?
Probably didn't need food. Then grandfather smiled and said, I used to make pine cone for feasts for the birds during the winter.
Start the beginning. Ready?
Snow had covered around the ground for a few months full month now. Somehow it seemed colder than it in years past. Oscar hadn't seen many birds at all. He looked out of the window and wondered how all the birds stayed warm and what they ate during these cold, frosty months. His grandfather.
Let's start the beginning. Here we go. Last one. Give it all you got. Mark, get set, go.
Snow had covered the ground for a full month now. Somehow it seemed colder than in years past. Oscar hadn't seen many birds at all. He looked out of the window and wondered how all the birds stayed warm and what they ate during these cold, frosty months. His grandfather looked up from the book he was reading and asked what Oscar was so concerned about. Oscar told him he was worried about the birds in the cold. Grandfather told him that many birds flew south for the winter, but that the birds had stayed.
All right, keep going. A little bit longer.
I forgot. Probably did need food. Then grandfather smiled. I was so close.
All right, you did great, buddy. Hey, tell me a little bit about that story. What is going on in this story?
So there was this kid named Oscar. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know if he was a kid.
Okay.
Oscar hadn't seen many birds in a while. He wondered where they all went.
Okay.
And how some birds stayed in the cold.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. Keep going.
Then his grandfather looked at him out of his book,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked Oscar what was he so concerned about. Or Oscar told him he was worried about the birds because they were all cold and they didn't have many food to eat.
Okay, so what did grandfather do?
So grandfather smiled and told him that pine cones, he fed pine cones to some birds.
Okay. Very good. All right. Good job, buddy. Proud of you.